This tutorial demonstrates building and debugging projects in Visual Build. A project defines all the steps that comprise the build process. Indenting of steps below other steps is useful for organizing projects into groups of related steps. Each step has a build checkbox that determines whether the step will be included in a build. Uncheck this box to temporarily exclude steps from the build process. Each step also has a build status, which starts out with a blank value. A step's build status will change to building while the step is building. Any output from the step will be logged in the output pane and to a log file if file logging is enabled. After building a step, its status will change to completed, failed, or aborted. If the step fails or if the build is aborted, building again will continue from that step. Once a step is completed successfully, it will not be considered again for building until the project is rebuilt or restarted, the project build status is reset, or the project is closed and reopened. The current build position is indicated by a yellow arrow at the far left side of the step pane. Building starts or continues from the current build position. To start or continue a build, click the play button on the toolbar. Choose Start on the Build menu, or press F7. Visual Build will build all uncompleted check steps in the order they're displayed in the pane. Steps with a build rule and its child steps will be built or skipped based on whether the rule evaluates to true or false. Several other options for building are also available, including rebuilding the project, which resets the build status of all steps and starts from the first project step, starting a build from the selected step, building or rebuilding a group of steps, a step and all its children, single-step debugging of the build, and more. Building a project builds all steps until they are all completed or an error occurs. If an error occurs while building a step, any failure steps for that step will be built, and the build will stop. Failure steps can be used to log additional information, send an email message to report the failure, back out changes leading up to the error, and more. After the build stops, the build output can be examined, and after the problem is corrected, building will resume from the step that failed. Projects can also be debugged by single-stepping through the project or by setting breakpoints in the project. Single-step the build using Build Next Step on the Build menu or by pressing F10. To set a breakpoint, click in the far left column of a step, build the project, and the build will stop on the step with a breakpoint. While debugging, two additional panes are available: a Watches pane for displaying macro values and step properties, and a Call Stack pane that shows the project's build call stack. The Output pane can also be used to assist in debugging build errors. Using all of these features together makes it very easy to debug and correct problems that occur while building.